Peace. Welcome, family. Welcome. So, we're going to talk about telepathic sound waves. Okay, that just means telepathic communication from your partner. What can recognize as a telepathic message to you from your partner? And let me give a couple more people some time before we get started. All right. All right. So, let's get started on this channeling from spirit. All right. So, when it comes to the telepathic connection between you and your partner, um, spirit just pretty much want you guys to know that it is just another part of communication in a different form. Now, this it's like like they said, it's like a telephone without a physical phone. Okay, you consciously walk through life with intuition, and intuition is a telepathic wave as well, sound wave as well. Okay, sometimes it'll come in the form like how like dial tones and stuff like that, downloads and ringing in the ears and whatnot. Um, we've all experienced this in some way, shape, or form. It's either you visually see um something that reminds you of someone, or it's like you got to tap into that. You have to tap into that. That is also part of intuition as well. Your soul speaking to you in a way of another side of communication. Okay. Um, you can actually have these telepathic connections with other people as well. So people do get it confused. Um, just because they can have a telepathic connection with someone that don't make them the one. Okay. What makes someone the one is when the soul approves. You'll see their soul, there's your soul, and the soul approval. Okay, it's a conscious decision that's made between you and this other being on a 5D level through the 4D to the 3. So exclude the fact that communications could be made through other people as well. Okay, and let's just talk about more like the connection between you and your partner. Okay, and why do they send you these sound waves? Okay, um, they send you this sound waves so you can get the messages that they cannot say on the 3D, in the physical. Okay, it is hard for them to say. Sometimes it's hard for them to say "I love you" because they don't know what love is on the physical. So they will say it to you on in the telepathic form, which is 4 or 5D through sound waves. They will send you even they will even let you know when they're upset. Okay, because you can feel the shift of frequency. You can feel emotions and motion that's not yours. Okay. Um, sometimes you have like deja vu moments. That's also a sound wave. Um, it's like a blast from the past, or yeah, a blast from the past type thing. It's like deja vu. You know, deja vu is just another side of alignment. Okay. Um, you're in the right place. You're aligned to your purpose. So if you get deja vu a lot, that's a good thing. Just means you're aligned to your soul purpose. But it's also a sound wave. because your consciousness will let you know these things. So when your partner taps into your sound wave, because you guys share same soul, they tell you what they're going through. They tell you how they feel, and all you have to do is get rid of your own ego, because what will happen is you will battle yourself in the mind about what you're envisioning or what you're feeling. You would deny what you're feeling on the inside. Okay, so that is 4D and three. That's 4D and 5D. That's trying to communicate with you, but you use your egotistical logic mind with your ideology of doubts and fears to block your blessings, to block your manifesting. Okay, you see, to stop your way of manifesting, you cutting off connection. You're cutting off connection from the 4 5D because you don't want to accept what is. Okay. Um. So when they communicate with you, they're just pretty much trying to let you know the update on them, and that goes for dreams or sound waves too. Okay. They are letting you know what's going on with them. So there are times where you get this overwhelming feeling of love, and they're telling you, hey, I love you, and I just want you to know this. I can't say it out my physical mouth, but this is what I'm feeling. I don't know how to express it, but this is the best way that I can give it to you where I can't hurt you. Okay? And this is where people will say your mind play tricks on you. So you got to use your discernment to divide out the this is why it's necessary to heal. It's important to heal. So that way when you get these messages, you would know what to do next within yourself. Okay? So you will send out a sound wave as well to your partner, and they will feel it too. This is where they get the where they start to talk to you and they be like, hey, you came to mind. See, they would say things like that. You came to my mind. But they wouldn't say, oh, I got your telepathic message. Okay. So when they say you came to mind, so I decided to hit you up, it's just them saying, you know, I got your telepathic message. I'm just replying to you. You know, that's if they truly care and they really tapped into you. Okay. Well, I thought about you too. You you've been on my mind a lot. Just means like they've been feeling your manifesting, and you manifested if y'all just had got rid of the alter ego within selves, okay, within the physical selves, to block that blessing. See, the communication on the 5 and 4D, which is spirit and intuition, which is soul, okay, is trying to tell you what should be and how it should be. But because we deny what we are feeling, and and base what we are feeling off of what we're seeing, we're only basing things off of visual right now. Okay. So we're blocking our own blessings. So when the masculine or the feminine runner communicates with you on a telepathic level, they're trying to let you know, hey, I'm okay, or hey, I love you too. They answer you. They just answer you in a different way. If some can't contact you or communicate with you cyber on the cybernet or social media, they would either come by your house. They would get the desire to manifest by coming to where they know you work at. Or if they don't know what they're doing, okay, and you guys just happen to run into each other at a random, it is only because you've been manifesting. You both have been manifesting. So when you just run into each other out of the blue, you both been manifesting. And then you'll be in denial and you'll just say, oh my God, it just happened. It just happened. Or it's no coincidence. Okay? It's just what you manifested. You wanted to see this person and you manifested them. Okay? But there are some times when you hate them so much, you manifest even your own enemy. You could manifest your own enemy. but you are manifesting that. See, these sound waves are aligning you to what you asking for. Okay. They'll let you know when they are in trouble. Okay. They can let you know when they're in trouble. They'll sit there and say, and you get this gut feeling something's not right, and you don't know what to do. Your anxiety's off the meter. Okay. And your worries and your fears have just kicked in big time, and you don't know what to do. You want to communicate with this person you worried about, but you don't want to intervene in their growth. So what you do, okay, is sit in a quiet room, calm your body down, okay, relax, meditate, relax, sit down in a quiet room, get off your phone for a second, and love yourself at that moment. And then as you love yourself, you will send that sound wave to them, okay? Just realize by loving yourself is realizing that it's not your pain, it is not your suffering, okay? And you will send it back to them to deal with. But behind that wave would be your wave of love, and you will send your love behind that pain and suffering that they try to send to you. You see, the shift of energies. You gotta stand in your power when you're dealing with telecommunications. You know what I'm saying? People will send their negative vibes to you, and you will pick up on it because you are an empathic being, and you sympathize with people, and you put yourself in people's shoes so much. It just means you're open. And sometimes, as an empath, you have to learn how to close your your line of communication, which is like no contact. Or they will come to mind, and you would just send it back to them. You know, you would just send them back their own pain. You won't send them hate. You just send them back their own pain by knowing it's not yours. Like you could be just out of nowhere catch a headache. Some people will call it spiritual attack. You are under spiritual attack. Who it's coming from? It's up to you to reverse it back to them. So you got to be aware. Somebody's having a bad day, they will put that all on you. Don't allow people to come and feed you drama. See, we got a habit of seeking drama and then ask why we so miserable and so pain, so much in pain and hurt from what we receiving, and why we so annoyed and frustrated. See, dark people can deal with that, but as an empath, you don't want to tolerate that level of toxicity. Okay, so what you got to do is learn how to um, learn when to disconnect and learn when to connect. If you don't want to be bothered, you disconnect, and then you reconnect when you're ready. Okay, and that goes for your partner. You take on so much as an empath. You take on so much of their responsibilities that you feel the need to help them. You feel the need to want to heal them. How can I help them and heal them so they can come into union already? Well, you can't. The only thing you could do is help you. And by you helping you, you're helping them because you're leaving them with the responsibility of their own spiritual attacks. Because you're connected to them, you're connected to these people on a divine level, because you got soul family as well, that you take responsibility for everybody's outcome. And then you end up being the sick one, the hurt one, the pain one, because you're taking on burdens that don't belong to you. Say no. Saying no is disconnecting. Learn how to say no. A lot of empaths don't know how to say no, don't know how to disconnect. These are all energetic. People come into your life for specific reasons. Okay, they manifest to you for specific reasons. It's not all love. It's a message you got to receive. What is the message? So when you look at people, okay, and they come to you and they're talking to you, your job is to receive a message. Now it could be either they're trying to get you to disconnect from your reality, which is your purpose, or they're trying to get you back on it. Those are the only two options. Okay. But you have to use your discernment based off of what's happening. Is their message a positive message or is it a negative message? What does it do for you? You know, don't get yourself involved with drama. Drama is just low vibrational people who feed off of pain. See, we think people are people and we don't realize that who they're being puppeteered by. It's almost like hypnotized by. See, you don't know. You think that this is why we got intuition, which is a sound wave, telepathic sound wave. It's because it'll tell you who's worthy and who's not. Okay, so when you get these messages, okay, from the divine or from your divine or from family members on a divine level, their consciousness will speak to you and say, hey, look, don't listen to what I'm saying, or do listen to what I'm saying. And you have to use your discernment to decipher the two. Hey, they're coming today to piss you off. Don't pay that no mind. Just ignore them. Disconnect from them. No, nobody likes to be ignored. But at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, it is for your awareness and your healing. Shit, everybody got to do their own part. So a lot of people put weight on other people, put the burden. See, what they come to you and say, today at work I had a bad day. Oh, they did this and that today. That's putting your burden on somebody else, so you can have validation, so you can get validation from it. You understand me? You gotta understand to overstand it. Don't let people put their burden on. Not today. If you ain't got nothing positive to say, I don't want to hear it today. That's the attitude you gotta have in this world today. And they'll try to flip it. They'll try to tell you something positive, and then they'll try to squeeze in something negative because what they're trying to do is send that energy. See, the the low vibrational frequency has to portray to be something that it's not in order to get you to let your guard down. See, when this vibrational being, this low vibrational being wants to consume your light that you work hard to get, they tap in to you with kindness, and they'll tell you, I'm kind, I'm sweet, I'm nice. And then that's what it said, time is of the essence. So you got to put time into things where you got to you got to wait it out sometimes. Sometimes you got to let it play out. That's what I mean. Let it play its course. And you'll start to see that, wow, you dodged a bullet. See? And then that takes you back to your conscious thought of, I was right. I was right the whole time. And then they got some people that said, damn, I knew it, but I didn't comply. I knew it, but I didn't listen. You see? How did you know? Because you had that conscious wave. You had that sound wave, which is intuition come tell you, hey, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should do that. Or hey, this is a good idea. go that way. See, you gotta learn your right from wrong, your left from right. When you do the math and the science on who you are as an individual being, you can learn how to deal with other people because you will learn off the bat consciously that your consciousness is right and you need to learn to listen to it. So you don't have to see yourself saying, "Oh man, I kind of knew I shouldn't have did that, but I did it anyway." Well, that just means you went against yourself, which means you was in your low vibrational frequency because you didn't trust. It's very important to master this ability of conscious awareness. Okay, consciousness awareness. You know what I mean? Knowing who you are, knowing your consciousness will never lead you wrong. It won't lead you down the wrong, but the ego will, which is your second perception of life, which is your alter ego, which is the perception, the persona that you created to shield yourself, shield your innocent self, which is your soul. But your soul is telling you, well, if you just trust in me a little bit more than what you thought, you don't need that. You don't need to be guarded. So they send you this. They send you this frequency. They sending you these frequencies. So learn how to read frequency, because now that you know that the frequency does not align to the illusion, that it can be wrong, that the illusion can be wrong, but for some reason the soul is always right. So you will live a life according to your soul and not the illusion. Somebody could say that I'm on a twin flame journey. I met my life partner, and my soul partner, me. I met my other half. And somebody who don't know the journey will tell you you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing. You just go and pick somebody who would say yes. No, because everybody got to go through the trials and tribulations in their life. Okay, listen to your consciousness. You are connected on a conscious level with someone you know who your consciousness showed you. And if the work is done properly, you could come into work. You could come into union sooner. But since the work is being delayed by outsiders that who do not understand, and don't understand what's going on, they delay you because they didn't get the message. And if they did get the message, they refuse to accept it, so they deny it and call it something else. They'll deny the connection. Follow your frequency. Follow your telepathic connection. When the time is up for other people in your life, like they'll come deliver a message. When that time is up, receive your message and go about your day. Don't stick on them like white on rice. Don't be all, "Oh, let's be buddies because we had a good moment." Everybody comes to each and every one of us as a message, either a reminder to get back on path or a deceiver to get you off. Okay? They come in the form of humans. They come in the form of fleshly beings. Believe it or not, they come in the form of you, not like the reflection of soul, you, but a physical human, being. Your friends, your family, your sisters, your brothers, or whatever, whatever. Okay? Read between the lines of your partner. Read between the lines of your family members, your friends. Don't just jump into it like, I kind of knew you wasn't right from the day one. I should have listened. Learn how to follow your first gut instinct. That first sound wave is right. That second sound wave going to lay you on your ass and give you that tough love because you didn't listen the first time. See, the first wave is soft, it's sweet. No, walk away. The second wave is going to be, oh yeah, then you're in fights and you're arguing and you're drama because you didn't get that first wave, you didn't listen. So now the second one is going to be forced on you. Now you're going to have to learn that this person wasn't the right one for you, or you're going to have to learn that this person is not a good friend. You're going to have to, because that's the tough love that's going to kick in. But regardless, you're going to get that answer. and it's going to stay the same because consciousness is not wrong. Your intuition is not wrong. It cannot lead you wrong because it is a light. It shows you the way. It shows you the way. It shows you the light at the end of the tunnel, so it's going to shine. It is you who, the physical self, who denies the message and turns away from the true light just to turn away and look back because you want to have hope and you want to have belief that ain't all people wrong. Well, sorry to bust your bubble, but people are pieces of shit these days out here. And as an empath, you're gonna have to learn how to balance yourself out and learn how to use no more often. People will walk right over you. Don't be bullied by other deceivers because you choose righteousness. Okay? This sound wave is real. It ain't going nowhere. It's always been here. It's been in us all since day one. You're an adult now and you have to take full responsibility for your actions. Even a child will pay for the decision of a wrong for the wrong decision. Okay? To grow up is to gain wisdom and knowledge to say, you know what? I do have a soul. I do have an intuition because you cannot that intuition just won't let up. It won't. It would keep telling you, hey, this is it would be your judgment. It knows what's right for you. Stick with that intuition and you'll get on your path. You'll be on the right path. You'll be listening to the right frequencies. You'll be guided to the right people. If you're guided to the wrong people making the wrong decisions, you think you could be guided to the right people. They guide you to the right friends that'll stick around because they know their intentions because they can see right through them. They can talk to their souls. Hey, these two right here would be cool, but they gotta know that there is a difference in this world that they're in, and it's causing them to have a distant mindset. Some people, a lot of people have been manipulated and traumatized. So, that's my son. So you just been manipulated and traumatized. So pay close attention to your intuition. It is a sound wave. That download that's coming in, that ringing in the ear, pay attention to that. Get that download. That is your divine talking to you. That is the higher you talking to you. It's communicating with you. It'll come to you in whatever form you're familiar with. If you're familiar with verbal, they will communicate with you through verbal. You either hear it, or you'll see words, or you'll see television messages, or you'll see something, or you'll hear something. They'll communicate with you in a way that you will understand, but they're communicating with you. So master your telepathic communication and master that element. That's another one. That's more of the that's pretty much all your let me see, to master all of that, you have to be able to be aligned with all your kundalini alignment. Okay, you're not crazy and you're not losing it. This is real. They just don't teach you this. They don't teach you this correctly. They don't give it to you in the way that you are familiar with. They give it to you in the ways that it's hard to understand. So master it. Master your ability. This is what This is what the journey is about. It's about mastering your elements. Telepathic is your element. Your line of communication is important because you will no longer go by what you see. You will go by what you feel. When you meet people, you'll say, "Oh, you know what? Something told me you ain't the right person." But you wouldn't say that out loud. Or you may be bold enough too. Something's telling me you're not right. I'm gonna just stay away from you. That's what they're telling you. So learn how to listen to that. Don't deny it. It will cause you pain. It will cause you suffering when you don't listen. And you don't want to do that. Okay? So when your partner sends you these messages, pay attention. Do you know when you ask these questions, you sending a message to them? Do you love me? They'll send it right back to you. Yes, I do. You just gotta learn how to communicate. If you can't communicate on a telepathic level, it's just reflecting your lack of communication on the 3D. If you mastered your 5D, 4D abilities, intuition, listening to it, practice makes perfect. So learn how to listen. Once you do that and you master, oh yeah, I know my intuition is right, and you don't care what nobody else says and what they do, whatever. It don't matter. It don't phase you. It don't phase you. You know, because it'll be your knowing. Your knowledge is power. It'll be your knowing. You don't need nobody else to validate you. You will know somebody try to come and holler at you. You will know they're not the one. You will know that their intentions for you is wrong. And even if they did want to love you, they still wouldn't want to waste your time. But you would know this. Once you master, you learn. You don't look at the world the way that you used to. It'll be like, what? Go where? Nah, all it is, you'll start to talk it. You start all it is a bunch of people. Somebody say, "Oh, let's go to the club and stuff. Let's go to the club and have some drinks." You go to the club and be like, "Why would I want to go to the club? All the people do is just sit there and be on their phones all day. Like, all they do is sit there and dry hump all day, get drunk all day, not themselves. They're just showing out and all that shit. You'll see life for what it is. You'll find the jobs that you're destined to have, if you're destined to work at all, because most of the time people that's on this journey are not destined to work for others. They're only destined to work for themselves. They become into their enlightenment and they be driven to help others out, be teachers. It's real. This is the real world. The real world is so simple. It's so simple, right? So that is the challenge from spirit on telepathic, sound wave. Okay, pay attention to your intuition. It is only trying to guide you the right way. So that is the challenge for today, you guys. Peace and blessings to you all.